time. It is a strange, perhaps even humbling realization when you come to the conclusion that it is by time, perhaps more than any other standard, that we live our lives. We wake up at a certain time, we go to work at a certain time, we have a certain amount of time that we can spend doing X, Y, or Z. Television shows measured by time, all sorts of things in your life measured by the hands of time. Unless, of course, you consider yourself a dark academic. Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we are here for another poetry discussion, which will appear in 3 different playlists here on the channel. Number 1 being the poetry discussion playlist, now approaching 800 videos strong. Number 2 being the Robert Frost playlist, a playlist dedicated exclusively to poetry by the Grumpy Old Man. And number 3 being the Dark Academia playlist, a playlist of videos where we explore literature through the lens of dark academia. The poem in question today is known as Acquainted with the Night, and it reads as such. I have been one acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet when far away an uninterrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night. So I think that the thing which stands out the most about this poem is a sense of alienation, and that is very in line with the dark academics. Alienation, maybe it is by design, but it is nonetheless. Alienation, I don't think, is anything that ever really feels good. Individualism can feel good, but alienation is something slightly different. I think that the dark academics embrace the idea of alienation, but it is difficult to embrace the actual thing being alienated. This poem straddles that line. It is an observation of alienation, perhaps even a description thereof, but it is not a full embrace. Another one of the tenets of dark academia is the aesthetic, not ascetic, aesthetic, the look, the style, all of these things. It is a throwback type of style, dark academia. Dressed up to the nines, perhaps some houndstooth thrown in, maybe some tweed, right? All of these things. The dark academics, very sharp look. Very boarding school type look, right? Very classic, very dedicated to the schooling aspect of things type of look. But if we're talking about the aesthetic portion of it, to dress that way is itself a throwback, right? It is a classical type of look. It is to say that I do not belong in this time period. There is a former time period to which I really belong. I am out of time. I am separate from the time in which I exist. What do we have here at the end of the poem, if not that? And further out still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night. The entire poem takes place at night. Night is the ether realm, right? 3:33 a.m., the witching hour. As someone who works overnights, I can tell you that this is true. Being so intimately reversed in schedule alienates to the nth degree. I have done this for 8 years, and people do not understand it. Oh, can you get dinner at 4? No. No, I can't. Would you want to get up at 4 a.m. on a night that you work? Before a day that you work? No. No, you would not. And they don't understand. It is like being part of a different reality altogether. You want to talk about alienation. You want to talk about being out of time. It happens just that fast. Just that fast. Just flipping your schedule. Instead of going to work at 9 a.m., I go to work at 9 p.m. That simple a thing. All you have to do is reverse the hour, and you understand what time it is for me. That's it. It's not like I go in at 11 and I wake up at 6 p.m. or something. No, I wake up to go to work at 9 p.m. But people never make that switch for you. They never understand what that is, what that's like. It is being, quote unquote, out of time. Now, there's something else that I want to talk about in this poem. We don't get any reason from the speaker for this alienation, for this solitary confinement, this solitary anti-confinement in which he finds himself through this poem. This is, it seems, a self-brought struggle. Dark Academia, I think, is emblematic of the self-brought struggle as well. Self-brought struggle with loneliness, self-brought struggle with alienation, self-brought struggle with isolation. I think all of these things are a bit different in their own ways. Loneliness, for sure, because it suggests the struggle of an emotion there, a feeling there. Isolation does not necessarily communicate that. Isolation, having a problem or a struggle with isolation, might just suggest that you have difficulty finding people to help you with things, right? But struggling with loneliness suggests that there is the want of the other. I think that both of these are part of Dark Academia. It is, in my opinion, a movement that is a little bit melancholy and melodrama. It is a movement that is a struggle towards an ideal, or at least an idea. The idea, I think, being intelligence. But the ideal, something more functional than that. I think that the poem overall is one that is hopeful in a way, because that last revelation there, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night, I think is a recognition of the fact that, yeah, no, I'm a little off kilter. I'm a little not right. I'm a little different. But I have no plans on changing that. I hope that's okay with you. That, I think, is the real sort of lesson of this poem about wandering at night, which suggests you have nothing to do in the morning, which suggests you had nothing to do during your previous day to make you fall asleep. It suggests that the individual in question here is not just in some type of nether realm with time, but is in his actual life in some sort of nether realm as well. Neither here nor there. And I think those are the reasons why this is a poem which is so very strongly dark academic. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing that I do on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. There are 2 playlists and a video on your screen right now that YouTube thinks you will enjoy, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.